effort. How much do you put in? What do you get back? What happens when you put in and get tremendously hurt? Financially, spiritually, emotionally. How do you accept the effort? What if your effort was not good enough? You knew it was not good enough. And therefore the consequences are what they are. Can you be mad at thy effort? When not in control, things become uncontrollable. Focus on the effort. Do the best that you can. Move forward and grasp reality. It is all a game. How are you going to play it? Are you going to pass go? Are you going to come back? Are you going to hibernate? Are you going to put in zero effort? What kind of effort do you put in? Do you feel like you do a ton of effort, but we all know you don't? Are you that guy? Don't be effortless. Just finished. Like, right now. The Years of Fear. A Western fiction. It is weird. I don't know. I thought it'd be better than it is. It basically about some cowboys in Texas in the 20s that murdered some Indians in their trial. I don't like trials. I don't like books or movies or anything where, you know, the first two chapters had a little bit of action and then it's all the trial for what they did in those actions. And I ain't with it. But this author's cool, Fred Grove. He won a ton of awards for short stories and Western fiction. So I'm assuming he's good at his craft. It just didn't do it for me. Saw some interesting movies. I went to the theater and I saw LightYear, the new Pixar movie. It's pretty good. It's the prequel to the movie of Toy Story, where in Toy Story, Andy gets a Buzz Lightyear doll from his favorite movie. And this is that movie. So I love that concept where it's in that universe. It's prequeling. It's working with it. And it's Pixar. It's great. You know, they do it. They had some good jokes. They also have some stuff where I'm like, dude, why are they doing that? But I don't know. I noticed in the theater, I was like the only one laughing on some of the jokes. They had, you know, a couple like AI jokes and some stuff, and I was laughing out loud and nobody else was. So maybe I'm the problem. I saw this kind of crazy movie. It's called Stay. And it's directed by a Mark Forster, who's done a lot of stuff, if you look into him, that you probably are familiar with. It stars Ewan McGregor, Naomi Watts, and Ryan Gosling. And it's kind of a mind fuck, right? A chilling thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat. So it's definitely something you got to watch a few times, but it is a masterclass in editing. What they do, the transitions in between scenes, how they go from outside to inside, they cut and break cinema rules. It's really cool in that regard, and I love stuff like that. It's kind of a sleeper. You can't stay between the living and the dead. I think like they're the same people living with spirits, and the editing kind of dictates that, but it's so gnarly that you really got to check it out. A suicidal college student and his doctor in a twisted world of supernatural horror and stay. Yeah, so like this dude says to his psychiatrist, who's a substitute psychiatrist at the moment, not his regular psychiatrist, that he's going to kill himself. And then he says he's killed his parents, but his parents are alive, and like they're not there, but then the dude is the doctor. I don't know. Cool. We love stuff like that. And then I watched, which I thought was newer than it was, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Written by, or directed by Carl Reiner, and starring Steve Martin. Now, it's a comedy. It's actually pretty cool because what they do is they basically take old movies, like black and white movies, and then chop into them like scenarios and situations. So like Cary Grant's in it, and just a ton of like old school like scenes, and then he puts himself in there, and it's done really cool. But like you can tell like the film's from 1940, and I think this is from the 80s. I thought it was from like 2013, so like I don't even know. But it's cool. It's cool to watch a mix up like that, a chopping of they're taking that dialogue and then placing them in that scene, and it's a comedy. It's funny. It's Steve Martin. It's rated PG, so rock on. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. And the cinema epic. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, directed by Sam Peckinpah. Fantastic. I watched this 3 times this week. Well, I watched it once by itself and then 2 different commentaries, all the special features, and this is a beautiful movie made and directed in Mexico, and so you get a lot of that old world Mexico. It's outside of Mexico City, and the real towns of Mexico. So you get that type of cinematography. You get a revenge movie. You get a love story. You get action adventure, and then you get like a buddy movie with this dude freaking with a head. So, I highly suggested. It's just magnificent. Starring Warren Oates, which he totally looks like he belongs in Mexico Mafia type thing. But it was cool. It's rad. I would highly suggest it. It's from 1972. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. That being said, try your hardest, do your best, put as much effort as you can into anything. Do not be effortless. Stay humble, stay gracious. Read more books. Podcast. Jebuth. Ah.